An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and that was very, very true. Apples are very nutritious. At one time when I was doing my lives in the morning while driving to work, every day I had an apple. And people were asking, why are you always eating apples? Why are you always eating apples? One, they are very filling. They're full of fiber. So if you find yourself hungry and you want a snack in between meals or something nutritious that's going to hold you for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending upon your eating habits, eat an apple. Apples are great, and that's what I do. So if I am hungry and I want something to hold me, I'm eating an apple. I had an apple today in between classes because once I eat the apple, the hunger goes away. The hunger literally goes away, and I juice with apples a lot. Now, you can juice apples alone, of course, to have freshly made apple juice, but I use apples in my green drinks. So when I'm making my green drinks, I put the apple in there for the sugar. You know, a lot of people want to have a green drink, but you don't want to taste all of the veggies. So I throw a few apples in my green drink for the sugar, so that it can be a little bit sweet and you're not getting the really bitter taste. Hey, Teresa. You're not really getting the bitter taste of the apple. Tosh, I like to use green apples only because it's a green drink. I like to use green apples, and I don't take off the skin. So I cut the apple, I take the seeds out, and then I go ahead and I use the whole entire apple, which I think is great. And just eating the apples as well. Any apple, I'll eat a red apple or a green apple. And please, guys, don't forget to share. So we're going to go through a few of the reasons why apples are good for you. I actually have a whole list. I was doing my homework today, guys. Aren't you proud of me? I was doing my homework today because besides the information that I know about apples and why I use apples, there's so much more information out here that I felt like I should share with you guys. So one of the first things, thank you so much for the hearts. One of the first reasons why we should eat apples is for teeth, to get whiter teeth, right? Back in the day, they used to tell you to eat apples all of the time for this specific reason, to get whiter teeth. So what do? You eat apples, right? So that's one of the reasons. But so basically what they're saying is biting and chewing the apple stimulates the production of saliva, right? And you want the saliva in your mouth. It reduces tooth decay, and it lowers the level of bacteria. Now, I'm glad that this article mentioned that, because when you are on a juice cleanse, and a lot of people do not know this, but when you are on a juice cleanse, it is very important that you, apples and bitcoins, yeah. It is very important that you actually chew the juice. So there's nothing there to chew. It's all liquid. It's like water. However, you have to chew it so that it gets in between your teeth, so that it mixes with your saliva. You want to make sure that the juice that you're drinking always mixes with your saliva, because it flushes out the bacteria, and it also sends signals to your brain that you are having nutrients. So when you're on a juice cleanse, you can't just pick up the juice and, knock it back, because you may not want to taste the green vegetables, or you may not want to taste the beets or something like that. Yes, I juice beets as well. You want to go ahead and switch that around in your mouth, because although you're taking in the nutrients, what will happen, and this has happened to me in the past, and that is why I am sharing it with you. What will happen is, instead of your brain telling your stomach that you are taking in nutrients, it's just going to be like you're drinking water, and you will find yourself in a situation where you're always hungry and your body is not getting the signal that you're sending in nutrients. And I did it one time when I was on a juice cleanse, when I first started this. Some time ago, and I actually got sick. So that's why I'm glad that, this has been an 18-year journey for me. I've gone through all of the pitfalls and all of the mistakes. Yes, there are different types of apples. So I've gone through all of the pitfalls and all of the mistakes, so that I'm here to tell you not to do them. So you want to switch around even when you're on juice. It is weird. You always have to chew. If you forget to chew, it's like doing it for no reason. So also in this article, they're talking about eating apples to avoid Alzheimer's, protect against Parkinson's, curb all sorts of cancers, decrease your risk of diabetes, So let's talk about diabetes. Now it says those who consume apples, they are loaded with soluble fiber. So as I said earlier, there is a lot of fiber in apples. So the key to blunting blood sugar swings. So if you have an apple, that helps with the high lows of someone who's suffering from diabetes. It kind of helps level you out. So you can have 1 or 2 apples a day for a regular person, but especially if you're suffering from diabetes, you may want to go ahead and throw an apple or 2 into your daily diet of what you're eating right now. It also helps reduce cholesterol for that same reason. The soluble fiber, it translates into lower cholesterol levels because it binds with the fat in the intestines. Okay, so that's a good reason to eat apples. That's not my reason, but that's a good reason to eat apples. Get a healthier heart. Like, so all of these things that the article is talking about in reference to apples are all of these things that I have been discussing in the last week and that I will continue to discuss in reference to, hey Rick, in reference to why you should kind of transition into a healthier eating lifestyle for yourself to curb, kind of curb some of these diseases that we come up with, high cholesterol, diabetes, and things like that. I know a lot of people tend to think that these things run in your family or in their families, but they do not. None of these things run in your family as long as you are on the right track and on the right diet for your body. You know, there's a such thing as a specific diet for a specific DNA. I'm doing some more research into that right now. And yes, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia are caused by total lack of natural drinking water. And yes, I don't want to pronounce your name because I don't want to say it incorrectly, but last name is El Rafahim. I did a whole video last week on the importance of drinking water. You can find that on my page. So back to the apples. Beats diarrhea and constipation, neutralize irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome is something that's becoming more and more common. And last week I was saddened to find out that one of my favorite designers, I don't know if you heard from the show Project Runway, Michael Knight, had been battling irritable bowel syndrome for some years, and he just recently passed away. This is about a week or a half ago. And it was hard. It was really hard to hear. So young, 39. So rest in peace, Michael Knight. That really hit me hard, especially with all of the knowledge and everything out here. We have to do, try to do better, guys. And I don't want to be all depressed about it, but it is very sad. But especially when you know that there are things out here that can help. And this is my reasoning for bringing this program now to the masses because it's needed, especially in certain communities. Apples also help avert hemorrhoids. So let's talk about hemorrhoids. It says hemorrhoids are swollen vein in the anal canal, right? Who's had hemorrhoids? I've had hemorrhoids when I was pregnant. Yes, TMI, I had hemorrhoids when I was pregnant. Haven't had them since, okay? So it's talking about the fiber now. Now remember, fiber helps you push things out. Here we go with the fiber in the apples. You see the connection? The apples give you fiber. The fiber helps with digestion. It helps with the push out, so you don't have to strain. So he said, I fast on 2 apples a day for 5 days straight, and the results were great. Absolutely. Absolutely. Apples and water, and the results are great. And I would encourage anyone to try it. Because like I said, just even having that 1 apple a day or trying to fit 2 apples into your current diet, that is a start. What it's going to do, it's going to help you start moving out that waste because that fiber is going to start attaching itself to that waste and help you eliminating that. Control your weight. It also helps with controlling weight. Detoxify the liver. Now, I was surprised to see this on this list. So I'm going to say exactly what it's saying here. It says, we're constantly consuming toxins, whether it's from foods, drinks, things that we're not supposed to be eating, and the liver is responsible for clearing those toxins out. So liver is very important. when you do an herbal cleanse, when you do a juice cleanse or a juice fast, just remember that not only are you kind of repairing and rebooting and restoring your DNA, you're also cleaning out your major organs. That is why it's very important to kind of pause and do a fast from time to time, especially if you are not eating foods that are good for your body, things like dairy, things like Hey, I'm back. I'm not sure what happened to the broadcast because I'm in my home and my Wi-Fi is popping, so I'm not sure. Anyway, we were talking about apples and the liver. So with the liver, they're talking specifically about red apples because red apples contain an antioxidant called quercetin. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but exactly what I was just saying, El Rafahim, red Washington organic apples, because they contain an antioxidant called quercetin. And recent studies have found that quercetin helps boost and fortify your immune system. So there's another reason why you should eat apples, especially when dealing with stress. And so I wanted to go through those because I think apples are very important when you are doing any type of cleanse, even if you want to start out slow. Remove a sugary item like chips or something like that, or cake or candy, and replace it with a nice, sweet, juicy apple. I'm telling you, there's nothing better than a nice, big, juicy apple. I'm telling you right now. It is delicious. And you don't realize how delicious things are in their Yes, I like my apples crunchy too, Vasilla. I do. I really like a nice, big, juicy apple. Again, I'm not sure what's going on with my Wi-Fi. It's acting crazy today. But if you are looking to transition, if you are looking to give yourself a reboot, if you're looking to kind of give your digestive system a break, I have a wonderful, wonderful program that many of you know launched last week. It is my 3-week clean eating and juicing cleanse. It is a few days of clean eating, some smoothies, and then we go into a long period of juicing, and then we come back out of it the same way. If you would like to reach me, please get in contact with me at momific21@gmail.com. That is MOMIFIC 21@gmail.com. Please do not forget to share this video. You may know people out there who are looking for the answer to the question that they have, and I may be that answer. So please remember to share. And lastly, I am Ereena George. I am a mom's health educator and child advocate. I support moms in becoming healthy and whole so that they can raise productive children. And yeah, so thank you so much, Tosh. Thank you for putting the email address in there again. Have someone reach out to me, or you can reach out to me right now. I am giving free 20-minute sessions so that we can talk one-on-one and kind of, go over your health concerns or any health goals that you have for yourself so that I can assist you bring in your 2018 with a bang. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening.